Good morning, students. Today we shall study power in AC circuit. So we have already studied about power in the third chapter, current electricity. We had seen that power is given as the product of voltage and current. So we had also defined power. What is power? Whenever current flows in a circuit, electrical work is done by the source, and the rate of doing electrical work is called as power. Now you also know that DC current and voltage do not change with time, they remain constant. So if you plot a graph of voltage and current on y-axis and time on the x-axis, for DC voltage and current the graph is a straight line like this. Whereas alternating voltage and current, they change periodically with time. So you will have a sine curve like this for alternating voltage and current. So both change with time, voltage and current. Therefore, the AC power also changes with time. So it will be different at different instants. Therefore, we shall first define instantaneous power in an AC circuit. Let us say the AC voltage applied to a circuit is given by the equation V is equals to Vm sin omega t. You already know the different terms here. Vm is the peak value, omega is the angular frequency, and V is the instantaneous value at a given instant of time t. The resulting current flowing in the circuit, let us say, is given by I is equals to Im sin omega t plus phi. What is phi? Phi is the phase difference between voltage and current. Now, let us find out the power at that instant of time t. We call it as the instantaneous power. So, the instantaneous power is given as small p is equals to V into I. Let us put the values of V and I and simplify. So, V is nothing but Vm sin omega t and I is nothing but Im sin omega t plus phi. So, what you will have for power? Power is nothing but Vm Im sin omega t into sin omega t plus phi. Now, let us multiply by 2 and divide by 2. The value remains the same. So, I have divided by 2 here. So, Vm Im upon 2 into, I have multiplied by 2. 2 sin omega t into sin omega t plus phi. Now, to solve the bracketed quantity, we shall use a trigonometric relation. So, what is that relation? It is 2 sin A sin B is equals to cos of A minus B minus cos of A plus B. A minus B is the difference and A plus B is the sum of A and B. Now, this bracketed quantity is similar to this quantity. So, if you compare that, this is 2 sin A sin B, here it is 2 sin omega t plus phi. The meaning is omega t will be your A and omega t plus phi will be your B. So, what we shall do is, first we shall find out the difference A minus B. So, what is A minus B? Put the value of A and B. A is omega t and B is omega t plus phi, minus sign. So, minus omega t minus phi. So, plus omega t and minus omega t get cancelled. So, you are left with minus phi. So, the difference A minus B is equals to minus phi. Now, we shall find out the sum A plus B. So, A plus B. A is omega t and B is omega t plus phi. And if you take the sum, omega t plus omega t, so it will become 2 omega t plus phi. Now, we shall apply the formula. So, the value of this is nothing but cos of the difference minus cos of the sum. So, here this coefficient Vm Im upon 2 as it is. For the bracketed quantity, we are using this relation. So, you have to write first cos of the difference. So, cos of the difference is minus phi. So, it is cos of minus phi. Then, minus cos of the sum. So, minus cos of sum. What is the sum? 2 omega t plus phi. So, I have written it here. 2 omega t plus phi. Now, for cos of minus phi, we shall use another trigonometric relation. Cos of minus phi is nothing but cos phi. So, cos of minus phi, I shall write it as cos phi. So, what relation we have? instantaneous power P is equals to Vm Im upon 2 cos phi minus cos of 2 omega t plus phi. So this is the instantaneous power. Now we shall find out the average power over a complete cycle of AC. So if you want to find out the average power, you have to take the average of the two terms on the right hand side. So average power P is written as capital P. This will be nothing but average of these two terms. For them common coefficient is Vm Im upon 2. So Vm and Im remain constant for a complete cycle. They are constant. So they remain as it is. So Vm Im upon 2, no change. Now let us observe the first term. First term is cos phi. The phase difference phi also remains constant in a complete circuit. So this term there is no change as it is cos phi. Now what about the second term? Cos of 2 omega t plus phi. Now if you plot a graph of cos of 2 omega t plus phi against omega t for a one complete cycle, the graph is like this. So what do you find here? The positive values are always cancelled by the negative values for one complete cycle. So positive and negative values cancel out in turn. Therefore, the average value of cos of 2 omega t plus phi is equals to 0. So this term tends to be 0. So we are left with only the first term. What is the first term? Vm Im upon 2 into cos phi. Now this 2 I shall split as root 2 into root 2. So if you will have the average power P as Vm upon root 2 into Im upon root 2 into cos phi. Now what is Vm upon root 2? So in the first session we had seen that the peak value divided by root 2 gives you the RMS value. Therefore Vm upon root 2 gives you the RMS value of voltage. We shall write it as capital V. And Im upon root 2 gives you the RMS value of current. We shall write it as capital I. So for Vm upon root 2, I have written the RMS value capital V. Im upon root 2 is nothing but RMS value capital I, cos phi as it is. So P is equals to Vi cos phi is the average power in an AC circuit. Now what is phi then? Phi is nothing but the phase difference between voltage and current. Even if you take here minus phi, the value remains the same. Only this term becomes minus phi. Anyhow, this term is 0. Therefore, the same value of average power you will get, whether you take plus phi or minus phi. So, in the LCR circuit, we have seen the phase difference can be plus phi or minus phi. So, the value of the average power remains the same. That is Vi cos phi. So, phi is the phase difference between voltage and current. And cos phi is called as the power factor. Now we have studied different circuits. So far we have studied inductive circuit, capacitive circuit, resistive circuit. For all these circuits we have found out the phase difference between voltage and current. Now we shall write down the value of cos phi for different circuits and the average power for those circuits. So let us revise the points we have done now. First is we have defined the power in an AC circuit. What is power? Power is defined as the rate of doing electrical work. Then the instantaneous power is given by the product of instantaneous voltage and current. And we have shown that this instantaneous power is given as Vm Im upon 2 cos phi minus cos of 2 omega t plus phi. Then we have found out the average power. If you take the average for one complete cycle, then the average power is capital P. This coefficient is constant, remains as it is. First term remains constant. There is no change. Only the second term, the average of the second term for one complete cycle is 0. So this term becomes 0. So we are left with the only first term. Then for Vm Im upon 2, we can write it as Vi cos phi. V is the RMS value of voltage. I is the RMS value of current. And cos phi is called as the power factor. So let us write now the power factor and power for different AC circuits. We have seen that in a resistive circuit, or an LCR circuit at resonance, voltage and current are in the same phase. That is, there is no phase difference between voltage and current. So what is the value of phi? It is 0 degrees. Cos of phi will be cos of 0 degrees. Cos 0 is equals to 1. So what is the value of power? Put cos phi equals to 1. So what will be power? Power is equals to V into I. Because maximum value of cos phi is 1, here P equals to Vi is nothing but the maximum value of power. Now let us go to an inductive or capacitive circuit. We had seen that in an inductive or capacitive circuit, there is a phase difference of pi by 2 between the voltage and current. So here phi is equals to 90 degrees. Cos of phi is nothing but cos of 90 degrees and it is equals to 0. So here cos phi is equals to 0. Therefore P is equals to 0. That is, no power is dissipated in an inductive or capacitive circuit. Therefore, when current flows in a purely inductive or capacitive circuit, no power is dissipated and therefore that current is called as wattless current. You know, watt is the SI unit of power. So wattless, because no power is dissipated, it is called as wattless current. So this is all about the power in the AC circuit. Now we shall go to the last point in the chapter, that is a transformer. So today we shall study the definition of transformer and the principle behind a transformer. What is a transformer? To transform is to change. So what does it change? A transformer is a device that changes the applied alternating voltage. So it changes the voltage. The meaning is it will either increase the voltage or decrease the voltage. Accordingly, we have two types of transformers. One is a step-up transformer, another is a step-down transformer. So if the voltage increases, it is called as step-up transformer, and if the voltage decreases, it is called as a step-down transformer. Now, what is the principle of a transformer? The transformer is based on the phenomenon of mutual induction. So in the previous chapter, we have studied about mutual induction. Let us revise what we had studied for mutual induction. We had two neighboring coils, primary P and secondary S. We had studied that primary P is connected to a battery and a tap key and a secondary was connected to a galvanometer. Now you change the current in the primary coil. How do you change the current? Either you press the key K or you release the key K. So current will be increased or decreased. So if you change the current in the primary coil, then the magnetic flux linked with the secondary changes and an EMF is induced in the secondary. Therefore, the galvanometer shows a deflection. So what is the meaning? You are changing current in one coil and you are inducing EMF in another neighboring coil. This phenomenon we had called it as mutual induction. So this transformer is based on the phenomenon of mutual induction. So let us summarize the points we have done just now. We have found out the power dissipated in a resistive or resonant LCR circuit. The power dissipated is maximum, whereas in an inductive or capacitive circuit, no power is dissipated. Dissipated means wasted. Therefore, when current flows in an inductive or capacitive circuit, there is no dissipation of power and that current is called as a wattless current. And just now we have studied about a transformer, definition and principle. What is a transformer? A transformer is a device that changes the alternating voltage. Accordingly, we have two types of transformer, step up and step down. One increases the voltage, another decreases the voltage. And what is the principle of a transformer? It is based on the phenomenon of mutual induction. What is mutual induction? You change the current in one coil and you are inducing EMF in another neighboring coil. So this is all for today's session. Thank you.